Tech house has been dominating the dance floors and festival stages over the last years, and it is showing no signs of slowing down. With the rise of tech house, artists like Dom Dolla have skyrocketed to the top, delivering hit after hit. So what makes Dom Dolla sound so unique? Just keep watching and I'm gonna show you. So in his tracks he usually uses a high BPM, something around 134, 130. Next, let's search for a punch tech house kick. Hold shift to duplicate the sample. Let's give a few tweaks in this kick. We can make it even shorter, this will give more room to the bass. In this kick I will add some basic processing like EQ, this cashmere plugin which is really good for kicks. We can add some transient, some compression and tape. The kick now is a bit harder, that's what we want. The last thing is this EQ, which works like a filter to cut out the sub with automation. Okay guys, let's keep adding the drums. Now we want some snappy clap that is not too hard. Open hats as well. Shift the pen to the left and the other one to the right. As you might know, it's also important to add top loops. This will give some extra energy to the drums. In the Secrets Volume 2, we have a huge collection of top loops, and this will save a lot of time because everything you might need is already here. The last element of the drums is this right loop. The post-processing I added to these drums was basically a low-cut EQ, except for the top loops, which I added a few more plugins to control the dynamics and make it tight. This is how the drum sounds together. Alright, now we can start try the synth. To create this melody, the technique used was the call and response, which means the melody is divided into parts, the A and B. This makes the melody catchy and unique. If we cut the B part, look how it sounds a bit boring for a main melody. But if we got back and add these two notes in a different rhythm, sounds much better. In addition to the melody, we have another synth with a lot of reverb and it replaces one single note for the main melody. Next, we have this bass shot pattern, which is a combination of 3 layers. To make this bass sound really strong, we must add distortion. I like to use the captator and cut unnecessary low end, a bit of reverb, and lastly sidechain. Alright guys, now let's work at the arrangement. So here we have the full drums. We don't want all the drums playing together during the track, so what we can do here is just delete a few parts like these top loops and add them later in the next parts. Here I added this string, a classic for tech house ambience. Then we have snares, building tension. We can create a feel with the kick as well. Don't forget the automation cutting out the sub from the kick. Add a few effects. Adding synth risers is also a good idea. Alright, let's chop this melody. Then I added this old school rave step. Now I'm gonna show you how Dom Dolla make a bass line. Here we have a 4 on the floor beat. You can notice the bass is off beat in some of his tracks. For example, in the track Girls. Same thing in the track Saving Up. In his latest release, he also does that, but the difference is the extra notes he added to complement the groove. With that in mind, we can start to work on the bass. Let's start with the offbeat bass. Then we can add more notes to make it sound a little more bouncy. The post-processing we have distortion, EQ cutting the low end to open space for the sub layer, then we have compression and sidechain. Now we can paste the bass line in the sub layer. In the second part of the drop, we want some variation, so let's make a new progression. Once we have all the instruments done, we can finish the arrangement itself. This part is really important, just try to be creative. You can make automations, cut and add sounds, or any stuff like that. Alright guys, now let's talk about the vocal. If you notice on Dom Dolla's tracks, he uses a type of robo effect, like in this one.
Close the hood, grab the keys, baby, who you trying to please?
So we have this vocal, and we're gonna try to replicate that effect.
Welcome to the underground. No rules, no limits, just sound. Feel the bass, shake the ground.
So I must say he probably used Little Walter Boy. If we play with the knobs, we can get a similar result.
Welcome to the underground. No rules, no limits, just sound.
Feel the bass, shake the ground. This is where we belong. Welcome to the underground. No rules,
No limits, just sound. Feel the bass.
shake the ground.
So that's the trick behind the vocal. For our track, I'm gonna use this vocal.
Saw you look to him, and him look back at you. I felt the pain.
Let me pitch down.
Saw you look to him, and him look back at you. I felt the pain. I went insane and knew there's not much I could.
Guys, we are less than 24 hours away from the launch of the new Secret Stack House Pack Volume 2. This pack is packed with high quality samples, powerful presets, and so much more. Plus, everyone who grabs it within the first 24 hours will get an exclusive discount. Link for the pack in the description.
Girls don't need nobody. Saw you look to him, and him look back at you. I felt the pain. I went insane and knew there's not much I could do. I saw him look at me, but then I looked to you. Just grab my hand, you'll understand. Let's dance like 1992. Girls don't need nobody. 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 Girls don't need nobody.